Next, we're going to look at how to save Jewish lives. Judaism emphasizes the sanctity of human life from conception to natural death, making it incumbent upon Jews to find ways to save lives when dealing with unplanned and unwanted pregnancy. Adoption, marriage, and single parenthood are much better choices for Jews than the intentional killing of an innocent life to avoid embarrassment, inconvenience, or hardship. When pregnancy results from a mistake in judgment or action, killing an innocent life is not the answer. We know that childbirth is much safer for women than abortion. Choosing life avoids perpetuating the anti-Semitic origins of the abortion industry. Choosing life for our unborn children saves them from a violent, painful death by abortion and allows them to live with a loving family, one of our own making or an adoptive one. Many Jewish couples waiting to adopt Jewish babies are willing to give safe haven during pregnancy for women who have no support from family. Many less than perfect babies and babies conceived in less than perfect conditions are very much wanted for adoption. Single parenting can lead to a beautiful future for you and your child. Much help is available, and you will enjoy much muzzle from your child's achievements rather than suffer a lifetime of grief. Currently, there are several pregnancy care options for Jewish women. Our Jewish support for pregnant women through Ssve's Arms, located in Maryland, and here is the contact information for Ssve's Arms. Look for her at ssvesarms.org. In Israel, there is Efrat, the Committee for the Rescue of Israel's Babies, at efrat.org. And Birthright International is a pregnancy care organization that is non-sectarian and non-religious. So they welcome callers from all faiths or no faiths at all. And of course, your Temple Pregnancy Care Group can be inserted here. For Jewish adoption, the Jewish Pro-Life Foundation receives many requests to adopt Jewish infants. So we have a waiting list of Jewish adoptive couples. EmbraceAChild.org is a Jewish adoption agency, and then Jewish Children's Adoption Network is also available to place Jewish children with Jewish couples. The quality of a society and the hallmark of Judaism is largely defined by how it treats its weakest and most vulnerable members. Killing the innocent is never justified because it relieves others of a burden. It is not a solution to inflict suffering on one person in order that another may avoid it. What defined Nazi Germany as an evil society was its wanton disregard for human life. That disregard surfaced in Hitler's killing of 275,000 handicapped people before he began killing the Jews. Nat Hantoff discovered reports of experiments in what doctors at Yale New Haven Hospital called early death as a management option for infants considered to have little or no hope of achieving meaningful humanhood. Nat then interviewed happy, handicapped adults whose parents could have killed them but didn't. This changed him. He became a Jewish pro-life activist. Glad to be here. The eugenics movement, popularized and implemented in Germany, first targeted the physically and mentally disabled. Killing these people in order to improve the gene pool found legitimacy in the courts and in public opinion. Once this activity was approved, the legalized killing of Jews followed suit. Condoning abortions of babies with genetic defects starts us down that path again. Determining that any innocent human person should die is outside of Jewish moral teachings. Considering that Jews have historically been categorized as subhuman and exterminated, Jewish justification for aborting due to imperfection defies common sense. And Karen Gaffney, who's an advocate for the Down syndrome movement says every life has value, every life matters regardless of how many chromosomes you have. Circumstances of conception. Unfortunate circumstances of conception need not determine who lives or dies. While the reputation of the mother and family may be damaged because of a pregnancy due to rape or incest, a healthy child and a healthy mother is not a direct threat to the mother's physical life. According to the Mishneh Torah, a mamzer, a person conceived through incest or rape, is not allowed to marry a Jew or have a Jewish lifestyle. The death penalty is not the punishment for this unfortunate circumstance of birth. Well-meaning Jewish authorities who recommend abortion in these cases fail to recognize that the abortion kills an innocent unborn child, and that abortion is a dangerous procedure that hurts women physically, mentally, and emotionally, far more than carrying a child to term. The emotional health of the mother and the reputation of the family can be better served through the life-saving option of adoption rather than termination, allowing the child to live a productive life and the parents to live without the guilt after abortion. And as Deuteronomy 24:16 states, fathers shall not be put to death because of their sons, nor shall sons be put to death because of their fathers. Each man shall be put to death for his own transgression. Research shows that women who abort a pregnancy conceived in sexual assault reported that abortion had been the wrong solution. Most women who had abortions say that abortion only increased the trauma they were experiencing. In many cases, the victim faced strong pressure or demands to abort. In almost all the cases where the victim became pregnant through incest, abortion was chosen by the perpetrator to cover up the incest, and the victim rarely, if ever, had a say in the matter. None of the women who gave birth to a child conceived in sexual assault expressed regret or wished they had aborted instead. This is a beautiful example of a woman who was conceived in rape, Miss Pennsylvania of 2014.